What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Josh Coker here from Polymathics, the YouTube channel that helps you become a modern-day Renaissance man. And I'm chilling here waiting for my little one to come out of dance practice. And I was thinking about lots of stuff, projects that are on my plate and things like that. But I wanted to give a quick tip about your hero in your story. If you're a writer, if you're a screenwriter, a novel writer, a short story writer, novella, anything like that, game writer, your hero should, the main thing about a hero, this is what a lot of people don't understand. There's a difference between a hero, a protagonist, and a main character. The hero leaves their normal world and goes into what's called the special world. It's an unknown world where they've never interacted before, and there they learn some lessons that help them grow and reach their full potential, particularly a lesson or a truth that's going to help them overcome their major flaw, their psychological flaw, or AKA the fatal flaw. And that flaw is something that's preventing them from reaching their fullest potential. Once they learn this truth and they start to adopt it, then what's going to happen, this is towards about the 3/4 mark of the story, they're going to return to the special world. And they're going to return to the normal world, and they're going to face the antagonistic force one last time. Usually these people are represented as the shadow archetype, and the hero will have to use the new psychological truth to overcome their psychological flaw. If they don't, then that usually means that they become a tragic hero. That, in essence, is what the hero does. In addition, they retrieve the boon, which the boon is a physical representation of the psychological truth, essentially. I mean, that's what it is. The boon is a symbol for the psychological truth. And they have to retrieve the boon and then bring it back to the normal world. Sometimes this means they have to prevent the shadow or the antagonist from releasing the negative aspect, the negative power of the boon into the normal world. And sometimes this means that the hero has to release the positive aspect of the boon into the normal world. And occasionally they have to do both. A good example of this would be, I did a video on it, Guardians of the Galaxy, #1. We see Quinn do just that. So that is a good example. And then the difference, so now let's explain really quick the difference. A protagonist, that's a literary archetype. That means that it speaks to a literary function that a character has in the story. A true archetype, so to speak, or a monomythic archetype, the hero archetype, it belongs to a monomyth set, which is essentially, it means it's a psychological archetype. Okay? It's something that we internally connect with. So the difference is the protagonist, narratively speaking, it's a literary archetype that speaks to the character's function. This character usually is the driving force in the story. Many times the herald or the mentor will act as the protagonist until the hero reaches the special world. And somewhere between the 25% to the 50% mark, the hero will then take the reins and become the protagonist and then drive the story through the rest of the way. The main character, on the other hand, is an individual who the point of view is mainly told from. So you could have a hero who's not a main character. A good example of this is if you look at the difference between Frodo Baggins from Lord of the Rings and Aragorn from Lord of the Rings. They're both heroes. Frodo is an everyman hero. Aragorn is a kingly hero. However, Frodo is basically the main character. He is the eyes and the ears of the audience. That makes him the main character. However, for much of the scenes, either Gandalf or Aragorn act as the protagonist, driving the story forward with their mission. So those are kind of the differences there. Hopefully this helps. If you guys want to learn more about the hero archetype and archetypes in general, I just published a book a few weeks ago called, I'll leave a link down below, it's called The Classic Hero, How to Write the Iconic Hero, something to that effect. I write so many of these books, I just totally forget their name. I'll leave a link down below. If you need help writing those kind of things, go ahead and check it out. All right, take it easy.